Hi everyone and welcome to today's assembly. Hope you're all well. The weather is lovely at the moment. Nice bit of a mixture with autumn, and one of the things I was going to look at while we were talking about things that we are thankful for is actually the change in the weather. It's become much cooler, which is quite nice for those of us who don't like the heat, but actually the changing in the colour of the trees. We've gone from these lovely greens to now all the browns and the reds and the oranges, and actually how beautiful everything is. I wanted to look at how we can be grateful for what we've got. I'm going to do a quick story now, which luckily is done by Alex and Jamie, so it's a bit of a change for you. But actually, it's to actually think about how grateful we must be for what we've got. So, without further ado, here is the story.
There once was a father that had two sons. One day, the younger son said to his father, "Father, could you give me my share of the farm?" So the father thought about it and decided to split it evenly between them. The younger son decided that since he had so much money, he would move to a different country and have some fun with it. So, waving to his father, he left. This made his father very sad, but he hoped one day to see his son again. The younger son didn't think about anything else but having a good time. He spent all of his money on food and wild parties. He didn't save any of his money, but spent it all. Now, the country he was living in became very poor, and they hardly had enough food for everyone. The son had spent all his money, so he found a job feeding pigs. He was so hungry, he tried to eat the food that the pigs were eating, but it was terrible. The son went to bed hungry that night, and when he woke up, he realised something. When he lived with his father, even the hired men had more food than they needed, and now he was starving. He suddenly had a thought. He would go back to his father's house and ask for the job. He knew that if he worked on his father's farm, he would always have a warm place to stay and food to eat. So he headed for home. It took a long time to get home, but while he was still a long way off, he could see someone start running towards him. He realised it was his father, and he was yelling, my son, you are finally home." He couldn't believe it. His father threw his arms around him and kissed him. But the son quickly said, "Father, I have sinned against God and against you. I don't deserve to be called your son." But the father said to one of his servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the biggest calf and kill it. Let's have a party and celebrate because my son was lost and is found." A little while later, the older son was working in the field and heard music and dancing. He asked one of the servants what was going on. "Your brother is back and your father is having a party for his return." This upset the older brother and he refused to go. The father heard that he was upset, so he went to talk to him. But the son said, "Look, I have been working for you all these years and I've never disobeyed you. Yet you never had a big party for me. But now my younger brother has come home, you have a party." "But my son," the father said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. We had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was lost and now he is found."
Hi everyone. So in that story, we looked at a father's love and actually how grateful he was to have his son back. But actually the other thing we can look at is the son who thought he had everything he wanted. He was able to go away with everything, take his money, spend it, have a great time, but actually didn't give any thanks for what he had. And it wasn't until everything had gone that he realised how lucky he had been. And it was then being grateful for, being able to go back to his father and say to him, "Look, I'm sorry." But instead of the father being angry, he gave thanks for his son being home. He was so grateful to have him back. And sometimes it's how we do things and how we look at things. It's very easy for us to sit there and say, "Oh, you know what, I'd much rather have that, and can I have that?" But it's being grateful for what we actually have ourselves. I am very grateful for a lot of things, and certainly time in lockdown, it's given me time to think about all the things that I'm grateful for. I don't know if you guys can think of things that you are grateful for. Maybe after the service is finished, you can have a chat with all the things that you can sort of say that you're really glad that you had. One of the things that Jesus teaches us is that actually be grateful for what we've got. Don't be blasé and think, oh, it's fine because we've got everything we need, but I want more and I want more. Actually think about what we have. Thankful for the food on our table. Give thanks for what's around us. Give thanks for our friends and our family, and knowing that actually we can make new friends and see new people and be around different people, and how important that is. God gives us lots of gifts. He gives us lots of things around us to make us feel grateful. But sometimes we ignore it and we walk past. I have enjoyed going for walks recently through the countryside. I was out in the rain the other day, and normally I don't like going out in the rain. It's a bit soggy. Actually, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really nice just to feel that refreshing rain on my face. God gives us many things, but sometimes one of the things that we forget to do is to say thank you. I'm going to do a short prayer now, slightly differently, and it's lots of images and things that I am very grateful for. What I'd like you to do is, while the prayer is going, is just listen to the music, read the words and look at the pictures, but at the end of each picture, just maybe say thank you. Because under each one is something that we have got to be grateful for. So I'm going to play that now. So let us pray. Right, so hopefully that's given you a few things to think about, to be grateful. I love taking photographs. I'm very grateful for the ability to take photographs and then to be able to look back. And I like to be able to give thanks for what is around me, for all the pictures of the birds and the animals and the landscapes and the water and the sea. Maybe you guys can do that. Have a look around you. Maybe have a discussion now for 5 minutes and just talk about all the things around you that you are grateful for. I'm exceedingly grateful for my friends and family, especially during lockdown, because I wasn't allowed to go out because I was shielding. And so many friends came around and showed me the kindness and the love by being able to just do little things like shopping. It might not have seemed like much to them, but for me, I was very, very grateful. So I have got a lot to be thankful and grateful for. Have some time, have a think, and see what you can come up with. And if you can't think of anything now, maybe when you're walking home from school today or walking into school tomorrow, you can actually have a think and go, yeah, look at that tree. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, God, for creating that. Hopefully see you all guys next week. Take care. Bye.